Matthew chapter 24, the disciples came to Jesus and they said, "Tell us when these things shall be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world." And a lot of times, different times, I remember back Y2K, there was a lot of talk about these kind of things. Right now, the world that we live in, once again, there's a lot of talk about these kind of things. One of the things that we see is Jesus is going to lay out for us what some of the signs are going to be. Now watch what he says. Jesus answered and said unto them, "Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." And then he says this, "See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows." Now, what's interesting to me is the fact that in the midst of wars and rumors of wars, and here we are in our world, and we're in the midst of wars and rumors of wars. But he says, "See that you be not troubled." Now, for some people, that's really hard because they're very troubled. But Jesus is telling us beforehand, I want you to see to it that you're not troubled, because I'm telling you beforehand, these things are going to come to pass, but the end is not yet. Now, how can we not be troubled in the midst of seeing things that, well, quite frankly, they're troubling? Well, the way is to first know that Jesus has told us these things are going to happen. Number two, to understand that he is with us, that his Spirit is going to guide us, he's going to lead us, and to recognize, and I don't think when he says be not troubled, I don't think he's saying blow it off. I don't think he's saying don't pay attention to it, ignore it, pretend like it's not happening. I don't think that's it at all. I think what he's saying is I don't want for these things to agitate you to the point that you are unable to cope with life. I want you to realize that the Lord is with you, that there is a plan, that his plan is going forward, that he knew all of these things were going to take place before they ever came to pass, and that in the midst of all of these things, God is working in the hearts and the lives of men and women. And that's, I think, what we really need to focus on. As followers of Jesus, we always need to focus on the mission. And we need to realize that our world is a mess. It's pretty much always been a mess. We see the devastation of sin and the curse all around us every day. But in the midst of that mess, there's something wonderful. And that something wonderful is Jesus and his Spirit at work in the midst of people's lives. And he is still in the business of forgiving. He is always in the business of loving. He is taking us forward toward his kingdom. And so he says, I don't want you to be troubled in the midst of these things. One of the things that we know for sure is he says in John chapter 14, "Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also." This is also how we can live in this world and not be troubled by the things that are going on around us. Because we know that our Lord is coming back to get his children. The question is do you belong to him? Do you have a relationship with Jesus Christ? If you don't, you need to turn to Christ. You need to confess to him, "Lord, I'm a sinner. I need forgiveness. I trust you. Please save me and come into my life." And he will. God bless you. Hope you have a great day.